Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Scamperton Model Railway. So it's been a couple of weeks or so since my last update, and I said I would try and get them out more regularly. So this is my attempt at getting them out more regularly. So what have I been up to? Well, I'll start with the station. The station has started to take shape, and as basically both platforms, yay and they, are all glued down and in place. You'll see this fencing. So that's fencing I got from West Hill Wagon Works, and I've begun to lay it out where I want things to go. Sorry, where I want them to be placed, and get that ready. So I haven't glued it down yet, but obviously, as you can tell, I haven't glued it down. It's lying flat on the platform, but it is ready to go. I've also got the anti-trespass bits there and on the other side. The platform lights at the back are connected to the Yamorc and are glued in, but none of the other bits, i.e. the news agents or the seats, are glued in, and neither is the bit with platform 9 3/4. The reason for that is that over this side, and the reason why there isn't a third platform light, is I'm going to put a footbridge in place, probably the Fowler footbridge. Now with the Fowler footbridge, you can light it up. So part of the reason I don't want to put a third platform light in is because the Fowler footbridge is probably going to go around there, and with it all lit up, it won't need a third platform light. So that's on the cards in the next month or so. So that's all in. Now the platform lights are all connected up to the Yamorc underneath, and so I can turn those off and on when I want to. I have not done anything to this platform yet, and that's because, as you can see, I've started to ballast the track, and I keep leaning over and I don't want to knock anything off, so I've just not glued anything in place or wired anything in at the moment. So the ballasting has gone really well, and I'm quite pleased with the outcome. I need to weather it, but I'm not weathering it yet, and the reason I'm not I've started to do the ballasting is because I spoke to Pete Waterman at the recent NEC show, and I asked him about what ballast he used for his Making Tracks layout, and he basically said that use coarse ballast, Coarse Grey Blend, and he swears by it, and not to worry about going over the sleepers or making it too neat, because in the modern era ballast is a lot heavier and therefore is to carry the weight, because the trains are heavier. So I thought, right, brilliant, I'll give that a go. So I've started to ballast up to there. I'm going to go in the next couple of days. I'm going to take the retaining wall off and ballast into the tunnel entrance, so that will sort that. And then I've started to lay out, as you can see, the cable trunking, and I'm going to go all the way around. I watched a recent YouTuber who went on about his cable trunking, and he came up with a really smart idea to dip the cable trunking in boiling water, and that adds a slight curve and makes it easier to go around the bend. And I thought, that's brilliant, what a really good idea. So I'm going to try that with a few bits of cable trunking and see how that works. So that's going to go all the way up to the signal box, and yeah, can't complain at all. So that's this side of the layout. So as you can see, the thing is starting to shape, and I'm quite pleased with the efforts so far. I've still got to glue. Oh, have I dropped that? The security cameras in place. I got those from West Hill Wagon Works, along with the seats and whatnot. So their platform kit is quite good. You'll also see that I've got some vehicles that keep appearing in shot. So that's the final ballast wagon to go with the other 4. So that's a full rake. I've then picked up two sets of Coyote and Jackal Army personnel vehicles, and I've picked up 2 more KFA wagons, so that will make a nice rake along with the others I've got, so that will be fine. Right now, round the other side, absolutely nothing has happened on the other side. Well, it has, but it's not actually visible on this side, and the reason the bit that's actually in place is the second Yamorc. So I've programmed that and set that up, and that has got a bus wire going over to that up there, that little connector block, and that connector block is going to have all the houses. Oh, the reason that's knocked is because I broke my lit up barbecue, which I was annoyed about, so I've got to resolder that. So the lights are all going to go into that connector block, and so are the street lights, and probably so is the old Codger cottage over there. I'll wire that in, so that all connects up there. That means I can turn the lights on and off via the Yamorc. The Yamorc has also got provision to do extra point motors. I am still umming and ahhing whether to take on the project of putting this little thing in there and adding 4 point motors. If I add 4 extra point motors, then the reality is they will have to go in the house and be hidden away. So that's my intention, is using point rods and literally use the point motors on a rod system. So whether I take that on or not, I'm not sure yet, but that's also part of the reason why I haven't started to ballast over that side. You'll see the Eurofighters there's lying on the thing, and that's because that's going to be hung from those 2 cup hooks. So that's just a little job I need to do. I have also painted up the tunnel portal entrance, which is going to go over there. So that's a job to be completed in the next couple of weeks. The other thing that needs to be started is the roadworks. Now, that temporary light system is 12 volts, so I can run a wire into the Yamorc, and that will allow me to turn that on and off independently. And I'm going to also put lights in the fire station, and that again will couple up to the lights on there and be able to be turned on at night. Now, so that will look nice. Now, you must excuse the mess, and I keep saying you must excuse the mess, because I keep saying I'm going to tidy this up, and it never looks, it looks even worse than when I left it last time. Oh, there's some extra lights. Those are the platform lights which are going to go along this platform, or one may go along there as well. The station building's over there temporarily, and that you can see the wires protruding from that. That's because it's got the little remote visual feed from Train Tech, which allows the you can set up your thing to be programmed to have your platform information put in. So I've got that wired up, and that's going to be connected to the Yamorc. So that will allow, well, actually no, a light, it's not going to be connected to Yamorc. That's going to be connected to the DCC bus, and then that will come on when the train power is on, and that will just revolve around with the message saying what train is next and what not. And that's about it. I know it's a short one, but there's no point boring you to death with stuff. So yeah, progress is being made slowly but surely. I'm not rushing it. The part of the reason I haven't put an update till now is because basically I've had, in order for all of this to actually go, be shown, I've just had to simply wait for it to dry. So like when I've done the ballasting in sections, I've had to leave it a couple of days to allow it to go off before moving on to the next, and then keep going and keep going and keep going. And by the end of the 7 days, it's all done. So, and I also thought I was running out of this stuff. I mean, that bottle has just done, you know, effectively just over a meter's worth of space. So luckily I've managed to source a couple of extra bottles, because that half bottle will probably get me all the way around there and then go into there, and then that will run out, and then I'll end up having to use another bloody bottle or a bottle and a half to go all the way along there. So I'll end up onto the third one spare, just, you know, before I get to about there, just where the temporary light is. So that's going to be a bit of a git, but never mind. You know, once you start these things, you know, you have to see them through. So yeah, things are progressing well, and I'll probably put another update out in 2 to 3 weeks, probably, maybe earlier, maybe next week, if I've really progressed really well. So yeah, and it may be a short running session, but yeah, sorry, things are progressing nicely, and hope you find this update interesting. All the stuff I've bought, I'll put links to, and I'll also put the links to the guy who did the cable trunking, and also the DCC train automation chap who put an excellent guide on how to set up the Yamorc's accessory coders. So I'll put links to those. But yeah, things are progressing well. So hopefully you've enjoyed that little short video. Thanks very much for your time in watching this, and I will post an update very soon. Thanks very much. Oh, like and subscribe if you really want to. Thanks very much. Bye bye.